I still remember the way she looked at me when she said it, her voice calm, almost businesslike, but her eyes carrying the weight of years. "Pretend to be my daughter's fiancé," the older woman said, folding her hands as if she were asking me to pass the salt. I laughed, thinking it was a joke, until she added softly, "Just for one weekend." I swallowed and replied without thinking, "Do I have to kiss her?" That was the moment everything changed, and if you stay with me until the end of this story, you'll understand why a simple question turned into the most meaningful chapter of my life. Her name was Mrs. Evelyn Hart, and she owned the small cafe where I worked evenings after my day job barely paid the rent. She was the kind of woman who remembered everyone's order and everyone's pain. That night, after closing, she sat across from me with 2 cups of untouched tea. She told me her daughter, Lily, was coming home after years away, bringing along a family expectation like a storm cloud. Lily had left town to escape an engagement her late father had arranged with the son of a wealthy family. Now that man's parents were insisting on meeting her again, claiming promises and honor and tradition. Evelyn's hands trembled as she explained that Lily wasn't ready to fight them, not yet. She just needed time, and proof that her heart already belonged to someone else. I wanted to say no. I was just a broke guy with a borrowed suit and a life that didn't look impressive from any angle. But when Evelyn looked at me, not as an employer or a customer, but as someone asking for mercy, I felt something tighten in my chest. She promised it would be simple. Smile. Hold hands. Say a few convincing words. No kissing, she added quickly, noticing my discomfort. I agreed, telling myself it was just acting. I didn't know then how real it would become. When Lily arrived the next day, I understood why Evelyn was afraid for her. Lily was strong in a quiet way, the kind of strength built from walking away alone. Her eyes were sharp, but tired. When her mother introduced me as her fiancé, Lily froze for half a second, just long enough for me to see panic flicker across her face, then she smiled and played along. Later, when we were alone, she confronted me with crossed arms and a guarded voice. "How much is she paying you?" she asked. I told her the truth. "Nothing." She stared at me, searching for a lie, then sighed. "Then thank you," she said, and in that moment, the wall between us cracked just a little. The weekend moved slowly, like time itself was watching us. The wealthy family arrived with polite smiles and sharp questions. Where did we meet? What were our plans? Why hadn't they heard of me before? Each question felt like walking on a rope stretched too thin. I answered honestly where I could, carefully where I couldn't. Lily played her part perfectly, squeezing my hand when the pressure grew too much, leaning closer when doubt crept into their eyes. Somewhere between rehearsed stories and shared glances, the act began to feel less like pretending. That night, after dinner, Lily and I sat on the porch under a sky heavy with stars. She told me about her father, about how much she loved him and how suffocating his expectations had been. I told her about my own failures, the dreams I'd set aside because survival came first. We laughed quietly, then sat in silence that felt safe. When she rested her head on my shoulder, I didn't pull away. No kissing, I reminded myself, but my heart didn't listen. The next day brought the confrontation. The wealthy parents cornered us, their smiles gone, their voices firm. They accused Lily of lying, of disrespecting a promise made long ago. Before I could speak, Lily stepped forward. Her voice shook at first, then steadied. She said she was done living for promises made without her consent. She said she loved me. The words hit me harder than any accusation. I looked at her, unsure if this was still part of the act. Her eyes met mine, and in them I saw truth, raw and terrifying. I took a breath and stood beside her. I told them I didn't come from money or power, but I came with respect. I said love wasn't a contract and that Lily deserved a life chosen, not inherited. The room was silent. When they finally left, defeated and offended, Evelyn cried, not from fear this time, but relief. Later, Lily apologized for saying she loved me without asking. I told her she didn't need to apologize. Somewhere along the way, I'd fallen too. We laughed at the absurdity of it all, two strangers brought together by a lie that revealed a deeper truth. When I finally asked if I could kiss her now, she smiled and said, "Only if you mean it." I did. If this story is touching your heart right now, take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Stories like this only reach more people when you support them, and your support means more than you know. Weeks passed. The pretending ended, but we didn't. Life didn't magically become easy. We still had bills, doubts, and fears. But we had honesty. Evelyn watched us with quiet joy, knowing she hadn't just protected her daughter, she'd helped her find something real.